Hi everyone, so sending out a updated version of our little intro video to the DOE grade system based on what we learned while playing around with it. So again, if you log in to DOE grades, and of course you have to enter all sorts of two-factor authentication. And once you finally get into the program and you see this home page again, we'll just go over how to set up those grading scales and grading categories. So once again, you click Settings, and for grading scales, we discovered that actually you can just choose a default, and the repertory G for E should be there. Again, you can either choose repertory G for E or rep G for E. They're both identical, just two different names for the same scale, and that will become your default grading scale. We also discovered that if for any reason you need to have a different grading scale for a course like lab that's going to be pass-fail, you can type that in to the search field over here, and when I find chemistry lab, I can default it to pass or fail to make sure that I am able to use that pass and fail as my grades in that particular course instead of the 1 through 4 scale. So that's setting up your scales, and then going back to grading categories. Again, your default is going to be practice at 20%, performance at 80. However, you were not able to edit this apparently because most of you do not have edit access, but you can edit it course by course. So again, if you type in your course name over here, and I'll use chemistry again, you will then be able to go marking period by marking period and change those categories to whatever suits your particular grading policy. Again, making sure that you still are in alignment with our overall grading policy that 80% of student grades are based on performance tasks like assessments and 20% on practice tasks. Just flipping over to my assignments real quick, then you'll see that when I'm in one of my classes, I can see these grading categories as I set them up. You're not going to see anything about the grading scales because that's already been set for you by default when you went into settings to make that adjustment. But I can call this the big test, which is going to come up sometime in September. My weight is going to be full. I'm going to select AP Music Theory as my course, first marking period, and of course this is a performance task. I click Submit. I get a little message saying it's been saved. I go to my assignments just to make sure. And in fact, I do have something now called the big test. No one has been graded on it yet. When I do want to grade the students, I go into my gradebook, and I've got all my assignments laid out here. And then the last thing to note, as we mentioned in PD, I can go ahead and give my students 3s on all of their assessments, and it won't look like they have a 3 overall for the course because it's treating it as only 80% of their grade. I do need to put something into the practice category in order for it to look the way I want, which is that the student now has an 85, which is the result of them getting 3s on all of these practice and performance assignments. So do make sure that there are grades in all of your categories, whether you're using 2 or more, in order for student grades to accurately reflect our 1 through 4 scale. So hopefully that gets you started and set up for at least the first week or two as we continue to learn more and more about this grading program and how we're going to use it most effectively. Thanks, everyone.